Desktop number 3. Let's go for that one.
A río revuelto, ganancias de inversores. Este martes 25 de marzo a las 10 de la mañana.
Morning, guys. Right. That's where's the room? Where's everybody gone?
Alert triggered.
Oh, the alerts. Sorry, I've got you all now. Sorry, I had another dialog box going there. Sorry, guys. Everyone see my mouse okay?
All good.
All good. Cheers, Paul. Thanks. Right, let's get going straight into some alerts. Let's turn some of these alerts off. We're alerting everywhere. Crude. Remind me to go on to crude.
Alert triggered.
Euro Swissy, the SAR trade. So reminders on that if you would. So right, and crude's gone off. We've been trading this morning. Euro, USD, everywhere is going off. So right, okay, let's
alert triggered.
I'll tell you what we'll do. Can you remember Euro, USD, and crude, and get all these alerts off? You won't be able to hear them probably because they've got noise cancelling software on, but I've got Aussie USD, Euro USD, everything's going off with alerts and alarms, which is quite good. Right. I'll just turn the ding dong bell off as everyone coming into the room. There we go. There we go. So there we go. Right. So that's it. Right. Okay. Let's have before we get into it, we can see market is clearly risk off, and all American markets yesterday all plunged down, and the UK, Northern European sessions were okay. Really, we've got the DAX on the stimulus package boost that was announced, and that got the DAX to lead the pack, really, just under 1% rise. FTSE just about a third. All the American markets dropped off. So you'll have seen, hopefully by now, the report we posted this morning. Let's get this up on the screen. So I don't need to read it out verbatim. We're clear on the risk-off situation. It's all to do with Trump's policies, really, and no one really understands what the heck's going on and where's he going to do the saber rattling next. Things to watch out for today. 10 a.m. we've got core CPI and Euro, and it's FOMC day as well. So everyone's going to be skitty and wondering what's going to happen with interest rates in America. But that's at 6 p.m. UK, so we're not really too bothered about that for a day trading perspective. So what we're going to do today, well, I won't read all this out. You know where gold is. We hit our targets on gold. Don't forget, get your gold bots on, guys. We can make hay, I think, with a gold extension today. We've got I've not had a look at what's come out with the Bank of Japan meeting that is currently ongoing, and we'll have to see what's going to happen. You can see all the significant economic events. I won't go over them. You had the report early this morning, so we'll take those off. We'll have a quick look at the FTSE, then we'll take you over to gold and see what's been happening. So, FTSE, well, let's zoom out.
Alert triggered.
All those alerts just at the moment. You can see we're really climbing away. The market is getting more aggressive to the top side, but we are putting in a 4-hour double top here around about Camarilla breakout long. So I would like the market to come quite a bit further down before we decide to buy. But depending how we open, we've got a closing gap. So my perfect buy is 86.35, which is the wall trade, S3. But we can't ignore a Camarilla CBOS bounce. Now, the ATR today is 11.85. the ATR is coming down, market's settling a little bit, volatility's going, it was 13 yesterday. Because it's 11.5, we're going to round it up to 12. So the ATR 12 is going to be 12 today. And the DAX from its heady 80 odd, it's down to 64 today as well. So it's the DAX is getting towards the area where it could probably trade. I think the DAX is going to come off today. It didn't make the top 10 in the report. Again, you've got the report on the guidance from AI from 128 different sources and websites throughout the world. It's got gold, FTSE, Euro, USD as the top 3 technical day trader, and the top 3 technical day trader going down is USD CAD. Crude's already done the job, come down, and it's hit 4-hour resistance, so that's already done its thing. But we'll look for a pullback and give that a bit of a whack again. I am interested in Aussie USD long, Euro USD long, and cable personally, and we'll have a look at those, and we will use the filters also. So all these are reports. Don't forget they are in the Slack room, in there we are, in the news channel. So these were published at 6 o'clock this morning. So if you haven't already seen them, have a little look. I'm not going to go over them because we published them early in time for the reading. So my perfect storm would be 86.35 today. Zooming in a little bit more, you can see where all the soft underbelly is. We can get rid of this now. The market's pushed through here. CBOS would be ideal, but we do have a gap. Let's have a look at that gap. So we have got pivot risk. We've got daily pivot under the closing gap, 2-day high here. Ideally, we'll get a bounce into CBOS. So if we have a bounce into CBOS, we're going today use a 12 and 12. We'll set that CBOS up at this very moment now, and then we can look at what we're going to do for the closing gap. So we're going to put CBOS trade. We'll have that, it's at 79.6, so we'll call that 80, slight front run. For the CBOS bounce, we're looking for a 12 pip bounce off CBOS. So there we are, there's a 1% trade, 1-to-1, risk reward off that. Now, we can't ignore the FTSE. How far are we off the FTSE? Oops, let's just get the measuring tool. Currently a full ATR move. Nice. I don't want to do the ATR. If we do it here, we've got 12 pips and stop out at CBOS. So we have got a bit of a risk here on that. We've got 3 minutes to go before the open, which is okay. So we've got to watch out on what we're going to do for the open. So we're going to look for this gap close today. I'm just going to get down into a 1-minute chart so you can see where we are with the gap. I would, as I said,
alert triggered.
I would like to have the CBOS bounce first. The market is coming down there. The EB7 trade worked this morning again. So
alert triggered.
The EB7 trade was here, and I think it was about 8 and 8 pips, which was a nice trade if you'd got it. 2 minutes to go, just under 2 minutes. So we're going to do the FTSE live, the trade. Just have a quick look at what I would like to do here. Let's put the fractals on so we can see some structure. Fractal reversal on here would probably get us would be pretty. That's 11 pips. Yeah. We've got put your risk profile for 11 to close the gap. We've got a CBOS bounce at 1% on 12.12. So we've got a few options. Let's have a quick look at gold, very fast look at gold because we've got 40 seconds to go. We'll probably come back to gold. So we'll turn the trades off. It hit our target yesterday at 37, which is good. let's go back and we really want to get stuck into gold today, and I'll talk you about where I think the market's going to go today. So we hit our targets yesterday. So we've got a trade here. So yeah, the market's coming off quite nicely. On balance volume certainly down. So we might in 1 minute get that tick. We get that tick, that will be good. Let's get down and whack CBOS. Boom, we're in. And then we want the CBOS trade straight into the money. So that's nice. Let's see what we can do. Did everyone get into that okay?
Yeah.
Yeah. It may seem a bit, and I'm running around a bit quick, but the mornings are fast and furious. So we want this bounce. I don't want to go double bubble with a 2% risk because it's in favor of closing the gap also. But if the market does decide to first come up to try and close the gap, then we'll have a piece of that for 1%, and then we will be in also as a gap close, probably a little bit better than 10. So
order rejected.
We're nearly there now. There we are, bang, 1%. So that was good. Took 1 minute for that. There's our first 1%. A nice CBOS trade. Did everyone get that? Yeah. Well, that was enthusiastic, Neil. Yeah.
Yep.
I was trying to be quick, sorry.
It's like, yeah, of course we got it. Yeah, of course we got it. Well done, guys. Right, now we want to look at how we're going to close this gap. So we've got that CBOS bounce, we've got that market function bounce. Now we want to see if all the rest of the retail traders want to try and follow this up and help us close that gap. So he's watching the price action on the minute. I wonder if we can get a cheeky fracker. 10-10.
The DAX is on CBOS too.
Is it? Right, okay. Well, I've not done the levels on was it CBOS pre-cash or was it CBOS post-cash, Kevin?
Oh, I don't know. I just set it up with the usual way. With the
Oh, I love the Aussies. I really love. Oh yeah, I don't know, mate. We just did it. Has it worked?
yeah, going in the profit now.
Oh, fantastic! I've not done the levels. I'll do the levels on the DAX. I wasn't gonna, but I forgot your big DAX. Well, I'll keep on this screen. Yeah. All right. Yeah, I'll do the levels at this moment while we're doing it live. I just wanted to try and rip a new one for the FTSE this morning and on the gap close. So bear with me. I'll just quickly put the pivots in so we know exactly where we are. High, what's it? Won't be too long. 476.01 and the low 23, 25, 56. The close 23, 380.7. Yesterday's close, yesterday's high was 23.54.57. And the long, sorry, I shouldn't talk when I'm typing it in. All right, there we go. So we've got all the levels. Oh yes, right. Yes. So yeah, well, I didn't get that one, did I? So the cam tray on this, it's 64 pips. So you would have bought that with a 64 pip stop down here and 64 pip target up here, 64, right around about here. Right, so that's where the trade was. Whoops, wrong direction. I'm always doing it the wrong direction. There we are. There's the trade. Forget the targets. The targets have all been smashed anyway, previous days. So you're not too late to get into this particular trade. I didn't favor the DAX this morning because it's just come up for a double tap reversal on the 4 hours up here. If we get a cam breakout, I would be interested in trading this one, but I think it's a wee bit toppy now, and does need to come off a little bit. So I think personally we'll struggle on the 4 hour. We're trading under 9 EMA. So from a momentum point of view, the DAX is clearly on an upside. From a price action perspective, it's on a retrace. It's trading under the 9 EMA, but you know, we wouldn't use the 4 hours to dictate what we're going to do today. So you can see flat top, straight down to CBOS, but you know, you should get that bounce. It's quite a reliable trade. We've already made 1%. I'm not going to go and snap into that now. So if you're a DAX trader, which Kevin and a few of the guys are, have you done it, Andy? No, there's a few of the people that do like this trade, and it is a nice trade. But I would like to see this come down a lot, either higher to short or a lot lower to actually buy. Just looking at the levels here, 1, 2, 3. Right, okay, yeah. So it has come down and pushed on the 1 hour from pre-cash at 7 o'clock. And we have got a wee high there, overnight cash. So yeah, I would want to sell or put a 23,500, a 23,490 put option into that today. If it's available, we'll look at that a little bit later. So you see the market's come down to the 1 hour resistance, support and resistance here, punch straight down, and now it's taken off. To me, this action with the unbalanced volume, you are going to get the cam trade. So well done. Did you do the FTSE close as well? Right, forgot to answer people. Hi guys, hi everybody. Sorry. Right. What you all got there? FTSE gap. Right, okay. Sam, yeah, that was quick cash. Yeah, we'll do the gap every single morning, and it can be very, very fast. A few seconds, couple of minutes. And as you can see here, this is the CBOS bounce. We haven't. So the CBOS is a quick trade. This is about to hit full target as well. So if you've done that, I can't do all the trades. I'm too busy yapping all the time and missing them. So, yeah, let's just go and have a look at that FTSE. I'm swinging around a little bit. Yeah, so there'll be a few people lost their shirt there following this. They won't understand this is a price action trade, but that's okay. Right. It wasn't a FTSE gap, it was, sorry, don't confuse people. It was a FTSE. Sorry. It was the FTSE cam trade. Nice. It's in 1 minute. Good stuff. Right, now we want to buy the FTSE a lot lower, so we can get rid of this cam. Once this has happened, job done. Let's zoom out a little bit, take a bigger picture of what we're wanting to trade. So my levels. So right, okay. Do I want to short this? Not really. I'm not going to go against the trend. We've got our money. We do system trades against the trend. That's not a problem at all. But I do not want to get ourselves into trouble by giving the money back. The whole idea, make money, keep hold of it. So let's have a zoom to the left and have a little look at where resistance is. Can we go left a little bit more? Here we are. And we've got the close showing. Yeah, we have this close monitor. So you can see where we are on this confluence here. There's a bit of soft underbelly tissue here where previous confluences. Just to remind everybody, when the market comes up and then hits a confluence going sideways, 8 to even 9 times out of 10, it will exit the confluence in the same direction as it entered, in other words, long. So it usually happens. And if you don't believe me, go back and check it and tell me I'm wrong. Happens all the time. And just keep reminding everyone in the room, don't forget to watch out for these things all the time. So perfect storm would be a wall trade here and a buy. So this is S3. For anyone watching on YouTube, I would suggest that if you don't have these pivots, if you do use Pro Real Time, you can get the pivots off the website and work extremely well. Don't have them for trading view. Suppose I could code them for buying, but we use Pro Real Time is much better than trading view. So why using Fury charting package? Never mind, I'll stop waffling on. So we want this to come down. You can see where we are. I like to put the fifth. As a day trader, I like to see momentum, I like to see the gaps between the 200 EMA on different time frames. You can see when the market took off, the gap between these EMAs was significantly increasing. That was pushing the market up. And you can see around these areas, we're going to have some issues. Probably into the 4-hour 200 EMA, you can see quite clearly down here. Got a lot of chatter, lots of noise here. So I'm going to put a bit of resistance into here. And we're going to put an alert down there as the market comes down, because we might get some people starting to front run the pivot. We'll track the price. So we've got an alert here to track the price coming further down. And we'll track the price on a camera breakout short. In other words, if we get back within this R4 cam level, the market is likely to close the gap. Whilst it's below Camarella breakout short, which is a Camarella R4 pivot, it's likely to continue coming down. Ideally, we'll buy off DS3, which is a wall trade. The perfect storm would be to buy 86.35 to go along for the rest of the day. So what we'll do, I've not heard any alerts going off on the DAX. No, CamTrade still hasn't done its thing yet, but that's en route. Gold. Right, zoom out for gold. So the target I had set for yesterday was 30.37. So I said to everyone that in the morning, we absolutely mullered gold yesterday. Absolutely, yeah, double-digit returns yesterday. So did anyone in the room trade gold up to the 30.37? That means no one's done it. Silence. Nobody traded gold. Okay. I think everyone's asleep. Well, I'll talk for Andy. He traded gold because he's sat in the trading room with me today. So I know he trades gold. The view was yesterday, if we hit our gold targets. Just to remind people that yesterday we said if you were going to trade only one asset, and we traded multiple, but if you were going to only trade one asset, you should be trading gold. And once you've hit the targets that we hit live yesterday, then if you remember, I said drop down into 5 minutes, turn your frackers on. Again, if you're watching this outside of the trading room, I think they're in the link below, or they're on the website anyway, if you want to get fractals. I do have fractal indicators for TradingView and also for PRT, Pro Real Time. Turn the frackers on. So let's go into about 5 minutes. Where are we? Tuesday, Wednesday. Where's Wednesday? Let's get back to Wednesday. So just get some of this old stuff off that we've done. Don't need to see all these. That's his old hat. Right, so Tuesday, 11 oops, sorry, just get rid of this old stuff. Obviously things that we've won. I didn't clean that up. So after the initial rush in the morning, breakouts, it was 15-minute bar reversals that we took. And I said, it went up, hit our targets, and then the reversals, I did say, take the frackers. So if you look, there's a fractal breakout there, obviously one, another fractal breakout here, and there obviously one, another one there that won, another one there that won, another one there that won, and took you straight up to the target. Boom, there, and it won all the way. So as you know, I do 2% risk or a little bit more, and we did that three times. So very, very nice indeed. Turn your gold box on. Let's check if I've got the box on. Where's can't. Let's have a little look. Where am I now? I've lost the screen. All right. Right, here we are. There it is. Yeah, put the gold on. I think this is the 2-2 and relentless. Yes, make sure if you have these bots in the room, guys, please turn them on. They will look after you today, I think. So that being said, I'll get rid of that now. Let's get back to today. So we had a low here this morning, and I was looking at this to trade the markets to, and the gold is absolutely inundated with Fibbo traders. So if you don't, you need to know Fibbo if you're going to trade gold, because everyone's using Fibbos. So this was the base for the Fibonacci sequence for these targets here. Let's get rid of the 3037. We've done that one, and that worked. Just get rid of this as well. Get rid of all these ticks and things. So let's zoom out, do the live analyses. I think we're going to hit, I think we can easily go over 3050 today, but not 3050 today, 3050 for the rest of the week. There is nothing that I can see from a macroeconomic, look, that means before I finish, depending what comes out of FOMC will change the potential landscape of gold, depending on interest rate decisions from the Fed. That being said, we're day trading between now and the end of the Northern European session. So no one gives too much of a hoot about that. It won't change the price of anything, well, on the things that we're trading. So let's just come out and let's technically have a little look today. So we do have a very easy to read technical phase wave here. So I've got phase or wave one, wave two is pullback, and another wave one sequence there. Markets only work in waves, either go up or go down. Don't let anyone tell you any different. The market prices either go up or down, but don't stay the same. So we can just do a quick phase wave on here on the last low, which is here, going to the high there, and then back down here, and that takes us to a new 3.55. I'm not going to take. I think 3.55 is behind that there anyway. Let's have a look at the micro level. That's okay on a 4 hour if you're going to trade it over a few days between now and Friday, of course. But let's get into the detail and see what's going to happen. So again, just to remind people, you can see the market's moved up. We then had some confluence, and surprise, surprise, the market went out in the same direction. Again, we've got a micro one here on the 1 hour going long. Chances are we are going to get a break out. If it does what it usually does, then really we should not really see, if I can get this line in, a break of this level here. So we shouldn't see a break of 30.24. Based on our experience of trading gold, based on its behavior and the price action, and also the macroeconomic climate is supporting the safe haven exit to gold. So we're having a wee bit of a pullback here. For the guys that are doing the 78.6 Fibo, I can stretch this out. On the 1 hour, we have a 30.31 as a potential target there. In other words, a buy of 30.31 using Fibonacci sequences. Can I put this in just to show people what we're going to do? What we're doing here is we do every morning. We're building a rich picture of data to make our decision. So we've got the 30.31. Put that there. 30.31. 0.3. I will stick out to the edge and we'll call it the exactly where it is. 78.6. People make it a little bit bigger so people can actually see it. Right. Let's drill into the detail because we don't trade on hour, we trade on 15-minute and less. So get the bottom in there, catch 3 points as we always do as a potential base. Get rid of the Fibo tool. Drill down into the 15-minute. And you can see things start to become a little bit clearer as you watching the market. We can get rid of the low here. That was this morning's low when we were pre-market, pre-cash trading. So, what time is that? Is that 7 o'clock? Yeah, 7:15. Close at 7. So that spike. Right. So what we want to have a look at here is what's going to happen to this market. There's the 78.6. That may well be may have done a front run. Are you on doing the?
Yeah, I've got an order on.
You've got an order on, right?
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Where's your limit order? 30.31.
30.
Yeah. Fine. So that would be nice if we can get it. That would be really nice if we can get that. If there's two things that we can do here, you can use a Fibo retrace. Normally 61.8 is an absolute given on gold on the retraces. It's really good. If it only comes to 38.2, then on a second, I'm going out the screen. My chair, the gas in the chair's coming down. Right. That would be a really good if you can get that. 61.8 is usually a given. If you're Fibo trading, then you need to be under that swing low under here. What else? I would favour, what would I favour? Fibo would be good if we could get that. I'll put an alert on that if we can get that. We want to be careful that the Fibo doesn't run through today, and after the market's hit new all-time highs, it comes back to a new base down here. So we could see 3026 area. So you can either do this, or my preferred would be a 5-minute fracker or a 15-minute bar based on this price action. It would be great if the market is producing this as a lower, a higher low, because we are putting higher highs here. That would be great. 15-minute reversal. As you can see, there's nothing there. We've got some nice flat tops, 2-ring low here, and another 2-ring low here. Market's going down, so there's nothing to see there really on 15 minutes. Now, if you want to be super aggressive, then you want to turn into 5-minute frackers. So you can see where we're looking now with the 5-minute fracks. We are still all the flat tops here. We are trading price action, market coming down. We've got the 78.6 here, so we can work out what's going there. We do have a potential fracker drawing in here. There's a potential fracker to draw in here at that level. On the way up, we are under the 9 EMA, so there's absolutely nothing to see. There's nothing to trade until the market tells us there is. And there's nothing there yet. So I'm going to put that there, alert that. Underlying current value, check the points on your extended vertical. Right, okay. Right. So we've trapped the price. It either is going to come back up or it's going to go down further. Whichever it does, we will get involved in that. Now, there is on our SAR filter, stop and reverse filter, we do have a swing trade setting coming up. Our cable trade this morning's into the money, and we'll look at that in a moment. So let's have a look at this SAR, stop and reverse on 4 hour. We're in nat gas at the moment. I'll just do nat gas and have a look, see where we are with our natural gas trade. 4 hours bunk. So what we did this month, right, okay, better turn the trades on so you can see where we are. We're 76 pips up, took some profit, and then entered again. So what we were looking for here was I'll turn the fractals off. We don't need fractals on here. We were looking for markets to come down into here, and we were taking either a bounce off the bottom, and that's exactly what we did do. We were doing walking the dog on a 15-minute down into this level. As you know, the actual trade itself would have been a break of the first 4 hour bar, and we're going for a monster trade. 188 pips just into here, which should be easily achievable on that gas. We're 76 pips, 70 odd pips up at the moment. And if you look at the 15 minutes, we do like 15-minute frackers. And if I turn a fracker on, you'll see that was we're looking at a 15-minute frac breakout here to add it to the trade. So as you know, never be afraid to add to a winning trade. So we are, it's just on a sideways movement at the moment. So let's get to Euro Swissy, 4 hours, and we want to see where we are. So we had some levels and alerts to say we've got a Euro Swissy potential for going long, and you can quite clearly see we're on the 4 hour, we are long. but we need a reason to get long in that. It's broken some previous 4-hour lows. There are some more further 4-hour lows in the sequence back here. And, so it might not be ready yet. However, I wouldn't want to walk the dog at 4 hours. Don't want to do that. What are we going to do on this? We're in no man's land a little bit here. Let's just zoom into the 1 hour. Is there, and I think Roger, you're doing the nat gas, aren't you?
Yeah,
And you are, Andy, aren't you? Yeah. There's a few people doing this nat gas stuff. I think, looking at this big rejection pin here, I'm looking at the unbalanced volume. Everything's still a bit negative. I'm going to turn the OBV down into a 5-minute. We've got momentum starting to change. Volume is rising on the ATR, and that's manifesting itself into a rejection pin here. So if we take that into 15, there we are. There's a right now. If we're going to be super aggressive, you could take a 15-minute bar on the 9 EMA then. This could be just the market makers just flushing tight stops off, bouncing off this 4-hour. That would be quite nice, actually. Actually, it'd be nice if it was a fracker as well. So we might as well wait a wee bit on that. Oops, what have I just done? Oh, yeah. I might as well wait on that. Just have a quick look at where we are with potential stops. Oh, it's only it's 3 pip spread. Very for a 4-hour, it's quite a tight, quite a tasty stop there. There isn't a fractal. There's a 15-minute bar. 15-minute bar is under the 15-minute 200 exponential moving average, but the potential is there. Right, I'm thinking, do I want to trade this from there? I'm just thinking of all the different technical views and what we would do. Be quite happy with a 40 pip stop, really. The way the market's running, it's price action's negative on the 1 hour. On the 4-hour, of course, it's still negative. The way to trade this really for belts and braces, where it's to wait till we're overcut on the 30th percentile on the 4-hour. Look for your first green bar and take a break of the green bar and stop under here. Again, here, break of the first green bar, stop in the swing low, and go for a 1-to-1. But we're kind of getting a bit greedy now. We're looking at, rather than waiting for lots of movement, the 4-hour has told us we're getting ready again. We're in this scenario here coming down. How can we get into this with a better risk-reward ratio? Just put this support resistance up here. This, we can get rid of this one now, or we can tone it down a little bit anyway. We'll tone it down a little bit. Has been broken. Do you know what? I'm going to walk the dog on the flat tops. We do have flat top Heikin Ashis, and a flat top on the Heikin Ashi is really, really good. When those are broken, then the market is usually on a ripper to go to the top side on the reversal. So we've got 34 pips, so call up 35 with 3, 38 because of the spread plus 1, 39. We'll give it a bit of discretion. 40 pips. 40 and 40 will give us a 1-to-1 risk reward ratio. I don't expect everyone in the room here to to trade that, but for the guys that are working and only got a bit of time to nip in and out for a few minutes a day, this would be a good 4-hour stop in reverse. So we're looking at, we'll round this to 76. So round this to 76, top of this flat top here. And there's a 1-to-1 risk reward ratio just here there. So we're kind of looking and getting in here. Oops, where's me triple?
Alert triggered. Alert triggered. Alert triggered.
Alert triggered. What we're alerting for here. Can't even put it in the right place. He'll do it later. So a 1-to-1 would be nice there. So that is Euro Swiss. So that's 2 swing trades that we've got on. I'm just going to look at what the alert triggered is.
Alert triggered.
The list is too long.
Alert triggered. Alert triggered.
Right, that's the FTSE. So let's go and have a look at that.
Alert triggered.
Look at that. You know, have a look. Right, we're coming back inside.
Alert triggered.
So let's get rid of the trigger. The market looks like it's decided it's not going to play down at the levels I wanted it to. And that's absolutely fine. So we want to be looking at the opportunity to trade there. So, and we've still got a gap to close. Right. 5-minute actions looking pretty tasty, really. We're getting a close over the 9 EMA, and if we can get the price above
Alert triggered.
CBOS, and then there's got more alerts going on. That's spot gold coming down further, so we'll have a look at spot gold as well in a minute. But if we can get the price to close above CBOS, then I would take a break of the bar, stop under the swing low. Ideally, it'd be a 5-minute fractal, and ideally we'll get a minimum of a 1-to-1 into the close. So we're looking at 19 pips there plus a spread 1. So 20 pips. We want to see a 1-to-1 into the close. So we've got a discretion of 4 pips there. So that's okay. OBV, it's still reasonably negative onto the 5 minutes, but you can see the negativity is slowing down. What we really want to be seeing is a neutral OBV and then a break out into the top. On the Renko blocks, we've got a green Renko, which is really nice, but it's not trading above our moving averages. So the first indicator, we've got 5 blocks of positive trades. So we've got 2 minutes left yet on this. So we'll keep an eye on that. I'm quickly flick to board. I want to make sure I can get you into these trades. Right, there's a 78.6 Fibon. Are you trading that, Andy?
Yep, will be, yeah.
Right, so this is a retrace, a decent retrace level.
Alert triggered. Alert triggered. Alert triggered. Alert triggered.
That's the DAX as well. So I think that might be the DAX hitting full 1% target. So what we're going to do here, this is the Fibo here. We're going to approach a rise trade on the Fibo, because the chances are if that closes below the Fibo, and it has, it's probably going to go down to 100% retrace level. So that's going to give you 3-4 pips. So what we're going to do, we're going to be super aggressive here. We're going to be super aggressive with our trade here, guys. I want to stop us. You better get away with a 6 pip stop here, guys. So put a 6 pip stop in. and an open target and 2% trade, and we're going to walk it down here. The likely put is we're going to get a, so we can we do a 30? I think we can get in at 30 here. Stops under this swing low here. And we've got a better than 78.6. The chances are here that this is going to do a double tap at the bottom here. Oh, I'll get rid of that. Double tap here. I'll put that alert in there. But what we want to do, people and what people do in the gold, they'll see these levels and they will try and front run the bottom here. So we're in at 30.30 and we have an open target at 6 pip risk. The market is likely before 6 o'clock today to go back to the areas it's already been to. So this is a 2% trade, but I've got 2% risk. This is a 4% trade. Let's stick that just around 13. And what we want to do, we're going to add to this and give the market a bit of a beating, hopefully, once we get some fractal structures. But you can see here, can anyone in the room remember what this pattern is we can see on 5 minutes? I'll draw the pattern in.
M for murder.
Absolutely, yeah, brilliant. M for murder. Very strong pattern. The higher the time frame you see it, the better it actually is. But nevertheless, you spot these M for murders and the markets do come off quite regularly. So once it breaks, see you've got that M for murder, M pattern there. So yeah, great. Watch out for these patterns all the time. So what you generally get is the market running in that. So look at roughly at the bottom here, the target here. So let's call that 9.4, 9 to 9.4. It should come off roughly the same. So generally it's best used on the 1 hour, but this has the possibility of coming down on that murder pattern, coming down into here. It's very old school stuff to use. Nevertheless, old school uses it. So we've got to be cognizant of that. Right. Don't forget, gold box on. And so there's nothing to see here really. We've got alerts. We can add to this on a 15-minute bar or a 5-minute fractal. So I'll just put the fractals on. So there is a fractal reversal here, which would be good at 30.35. But for the moment we're in, we were doing a rise trade. And that's got us into the market. We are not under the swing low, but the previous swing lows here, because this area could easily be a target for the reasons I've mentioned. As soon as it looks like we can confirm a technical base on 5 minutes, we can then do a new Fibonacci to have a look at where the projections might be. So that's where we are with gold. Right, crude. The crude trade this morning that we didn't put up, and I missed it. I was told in the room by Andy, who did it and took the money. So we'll look at crude. Yeah, the fear was the bounce off here. So there was a crude trade this morning into just look at the 15 minutes. So get to the screens, 5:30 UK, and what we're looking for is all the EMAs all in our favor, which of course they are. You can see if you use that 15-minute, if you haven't got the 15-minute guide and want to know what I'm talking about, go to the last video that I posted and you can download a 15-minute guide there free. And if it helps you, then that's great. So what we're looking for here, 530-ish. Here we are, there's a bar, 530. That's a decent bar. That is the perfect storm bar. And but that bar is good enough, and the stop would have been above here. There we go, and that would have been the stop. And that would have been your 1-to-1. I missed it. I didn't take it and didn't put it in the room. I did post it as a trade though, but I didn't take it. Anyone take crude?
Alert triggered.
Nobody. It was only you, Andy.
Oh, well,
Only you.
no one else likes it.
No, nobody else. Nobody else liked it. So well done. So Andy's done pretty good out of that. So what we're doing, this is what I wanted to see after the event. Too busy flapping around with other things. I'd like to see a bounce of this for our effectively for the market to come down a bit further, because I have a target. What target could I put on here? Actually, I have got a target. It was 65.60 into these levels here. There it is. Into these levels here. That would have been the target for me today. If I got a nice pullback and give it some fuel. But if the market breaks below these levels, then we can get involved in this, and I would use you could easily use a 5-minute fracker on this because it's broken key levels. Somehow obviously I prepared earlier. But I'll just get rid of that. That must have been previous stuff. I'll just put that in as a quick target just for people to remember. That'll be the target roughly there. Get rid of this. If the bottom here is broken on crude, then I would like to see this coming down. The issue we've got is if crude starts its descent, it's going to drag the FTSE down, because that's the way the market is correlated. And there's a significant proportion of FTSE in oil stocks, 26% to be precise. So if the oil starts losing value, then the FTSE will be drawn down, and it will make it quite difficult for people to make some money out of that. Right. So you put some alerts in here. That works out. I would like the market to pull back up into some decent 15-minute levels. Actually, it has already pulled back, hasn't it? It's just going through its cycle of dropping down. So if we can get it higher, it's hot. Yeah, sort the aircon out. Yeah, sorry, it's just a bit hot. Yeah, so that's where we are. Let's go and have a look at the FTSE. Let's go and have a look at that DAX, see if it hits its full target. Boom, there we go. A nice winner. Nice DAX winner. Did anyone DAX one count? Anyone do the DAX? Well, Kevin did. Anyone in the trading room, or anyone on YouTube? No? Okay. We'll leave that then. So just shows the power of these pivot trades. That's just one. Right. So I'm pushing this on because I've got a few different screens that I'm looking at. So what we do have here is a 5-minute fracker above CBOS. We did actually have a 5-minute bar that closed above the 9 EMA, which is really positive, which is nice. And we didn't maintain that, and we produce a fractal here. There is a fractal, so we can do a fractal from here to the closing gap. That's 24 pips, 23, we call it 22 for a front run. With a, we could do that with a 9, that would be 19, 20, 20, 21. We could just say 22 and 22 as a swinger into that. So we could set that up now. 1% risk, of course, going for another trade, and we're going for a gap trade. So we're going to trade the break here, which is 0.5 there.
Triggered.
So we're doing another FTSE trade number 2, and it's a gap of
Alert triggered. Alert triggered.
And we get triggered at 86, 81.5, and that's going to be 22
Triggered.
for 1%. So that was 1%. So if we bring that on, right? So the things that were alerting before were Euro USD, I think, weren't there? Put these alert triggered on a different screen out of the way so I can see.
Alert triggered. Alert triggered.
Gold, that's gold. Let's go and look at gold. We're triggering on gold. I'm going to put the alert triggered on here as well, so we know when we triggered in long, and then we're going to go to gold.
Alert triggered.
So we're in at gold, just putting that back on. So the risk was it would do, now it broke the 78.6. It's now doing exactly what we suspected it would do. Once you break a 78.6 Fibo, it's likely to do 100% retrace. However, we will see some people buying up. People have already bought.
Alert triggered.
That's what caused our rise, and we're in as well. And we are looking to add to this trade on a fractal or a 15-minute bar. So what I'm going to do here is that an alert here that I've put in. Delete that horizontal.
Alert triggered. Alert triggered.
That's an Aussie USD bottom potential. So we'll go to Aussie USD after this. We can get rid of the Fibo now because that's just blown out of the sky. Now you could add to this trade if you're not already in. If you're not already in, you could put a trade into here. I didn't draw that particularly well, did I? That's it. So looking for we're 0.5%. We're half the risk down. So we're kind of looking here for this market to start getting some volume into here. You can see the participants are starting to come through. But to the short size, so I don't know why people want to short against the trend, though. And go on, people do. I like to go with the trend. So I want a 5-minute fracker. I think we can move this alert further down so fractals will start building higher up. And I want to see if the market's going to come all the way down here. And then we can, if we do get stopped, we can have a look at a reposition of what we're going to do. Let's go in, let's save this, and let's go to Aussie USD. Right, Euro USD, that was a trigger as well. This is a 15-minute bar reversal. So, right, quite interesting here, but we'll just look at this for one moment. We'll certainly go to the Aussie USD. So the 415 the 415 strategy, you wouldn't take it on that bar there because it's so much of an indecision. We've just been opened on the FTSE going long. So we've just been triggered long on the FTSE. That's at 86, 81.5. So we're in play again on the FTSE. That bar is a nice bar, and you would take that bar. Now, if you wanted to be super pedantic and get a full
Alert triggered.
4 hour, 1 hour and 15-minute EMA on your side before you trade this, then you'd have to wait for the market to come all the way up to 10.19 because that's where the 200 EMA is. I'm not. I want to see a 1-to-1 back into this level. In fact, I've written down at 109.60. In fact, we'll do a fib on that. But I would like, if we can get back into 109.50, that would be great. Can I get on this a break of this bar here? I like that. That bar's fine. And be happy to take that again, And the stop is 33. Spread is 1 and change. That's 34 plus the stop 35. Can I see 35 pips easily? Yeah, we can. So would I do that? Let's just have a look at the momentum on a 15. It has changed, it has built, and it's staying up there. So yeah, 35 and 35 is the trade for Euro USD at 1%. If I can get my mouse to click on it. Like you have got 1 hour before you have to go into your plane.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just checking. And we're going to we can strike the button now. No, we need more than 35 now. We need 36 if you're going to strike that button now. So 36 and 36, hit that button whenever you are ready to hit the button. Hit the button. There we are. I'm going to put my alert up into these levels. We should be able to go higher than this, but we'll wait and see. This is on the AI. This is on the AI research to say that the support for this is one of the top 3 to trade today. So I'm going right there. 10, 9, or 8.2. Quite interesting goals coming on the perfect registering on the perfect setup. 36 and 36. Aussie USD we said as well, because like alert triggered come on Aussie USD. So if gold is going to turn around, it's highly correlated to Australian dollar. So that should be ready for the market starting to think about reversing. Let's just check. We want an alert breaking up that key level in the blue. So you can see here, even on the 4 hour, we can draw that in the 4 hour. There's the area where the market might stop. We're overcooked on the stop, and it's getting ready. We get ready for a turnaround on Aussie USD. So if you have the margin and the trailing accounts, then Aussie USD could be good. We are in the FTSE, it's 1 pip down. We're in Euro USD, and it is broke into the money. Cable is in the money as well. Natural gas is in the money as well. Gold is 3 pips down and moving up. So we could be poised to make, if you've done the DAX, it would be 2% up already. If you'd added the crude to it, it would be 3% up. With the trades we've got on here, we could be making anything between 3 and 6% today. That's without the gap trade this afternoon. Is anyone interested in me doing the Dow gap?
Alert triggered.
Today?
Yes. Yes, please.
Right.
Yeah, let's have a look, Steve.
Right, okay. We'll come on this link again, and we'll go live at 1:15, and we will close that gap, hopefully again on the Dow. Right, okay. You'll be in the air.
I won't be able to do it, Steve. No.
Yeah, no, yeah. Never mind. Frustrating. So let's have a look here.
Triggered. Alert triggered. Alert triggered.
We've got some alerts going on. That's gold spot. Well, we know gold is going back up. I can see it on a different screen, but let's have a look here. 15-minute bar on here, I think. So let's.
Alert triggered.
An example would be market comes running down,
Triggered.
running down. 15-minute bar above the 9 EMA, jobs the carrot, stop under the swing low, and you are off. And either go for a 1-to-1 at least, or run until you get a break of the 9 EMA on the 15-minute bar. Then take the next 15-minute bar and do the same until it breaks. They're a bit of a monster trade there. A couple of monster trades there, both of them well over 1%. But you've got to be patient. You've got to work.
Triggered.
Above that, the EMA. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to
Alert triggered.
a little alert.
Alert triggered.
Little alert in.
Alert triggered.
The alert's going up. It's good when you, but if where I'm trying to talk and it's going off, I said, turn it off. Sorry about the swearing. Price above the 9 EMA. So let's call it above or equal, or that's fine.
Alert triggered.
9 EMA, and give us a.
Alert triggered.
So if the price starts trading above here, we'll have a shout out. If the price comes down here, we'll have a shout out. If the price goes above this flat top, we'll get a shout out. Right, now let's go back to gold because it's shouting at me. Right, it's coming right down.
Alert triggered.
I'm just going to turn that.
Alert triggered.
Both alerts are getting right on my. On the work. I'll just check what's triggering.
Alert triggered.
Let's see. So FTSE's having a wee bit of a shout. Right. So gold, as you saw, once it brought the Fibbo, it was bound to come down for a double test, and now it is actually testing these levels here. But if we are right, we should have a stop that will cover that, and we can then, with confidence, if we get a 15-minute bar, can look at this market rolling back up to the top. So we'll wait and see. What time is it now? 9:02. It's 10:02 here. So we've gone from the 5 minutes or so, and then we'll cut it because we've got Andy on the trading floor here with me, and he needs to leave, and we need to feed him before he goes. So so guys, in the room, I'm back on this afternoon at 1:15 for trading the gap. Wait for a 15-minute bar to add, or a 5-minute fractal. If you're already in, absolutely fine. I will then I will personally wait for a 15-minute bar, and we're going to frack the backside of this all up as high as we can for as long as we can all day today. So hopefully tomorrow morning we'll have some nice stories of what people actually did. But please, if you're going to trade only one asset today, like I say, if there's only one asset to trade, it's gold. A lot more to trade, of course, and win a lot more, but I'm just trying to guide you to earning money, and that's your best bet today. Right, FTSE. We'll have a quick squiz at FTSE, and we'll go. So we're in FTSE again for the second time, and we've broken a fractal trade there, and we're going for that close, which tells me the market, you know, people have decided this is a bottom, which is good. So we've broken crude as well on the bottom. So despite crude breaking down on the 4 hour, the FTSE is getting some momentum. We've got our second Renko block here. So we're getting some consistently in building our OBV9 indicator, which you can get from the website again if you don't know what that is. It's a bespoke one that we've developed at HARKO. So you can get that for trading view and get that for PRT. But focusing on what we're doing now, we're a fractal breakout and we're looking to close this gap. Right, I think if we're going to get watered and fed before shooting off to the airport, we need to probably run. Any questions, guys, before I go?
No, thanks, Steve.
No, not for nobody. Okay, well, well done, everybody. We've made a few rupees this morning, which is very nice. We're nice to make a few more. And let's see if you're going to come on this afternoon, how you've performed today with your trading. And let's see if we can put another 1% in the bag at 1:30 today on the Dow. See you guys. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye, Steve.
Bye-bye. Oh,
Yeah.
Martin.
Right. Thank you.
Yeah. Sorry, Martin, we're off. Bye-bye. Too late. Come to the floor. Hello. So I'll be off. Right, bye-bye. Right, end the stream, stop the share, and